and welcome back to our channel. As you can see, Sam's got a Peru t-shirt on.
Picked this up at the airport.
One thing, we are still talking about Peru today.
Yeah.
And we got this at the airport when we were leaving, when our flight was canceled.
And we're still talking about Peruvian foods. In fact, we've done so much travel in Peru over the years that we've come up with 25 must-try Peruvian foods that you can have when you're traveling in Peru.
Yes. And these are dishes from all over the country. So we have dishes from the jungle, from the coast, from the mountains. So let's get started.
So in no particular order, number 1, ceviche.
Ceviche. So this is the national dish of Peru. Super popular along the coast, but surprisingly, we've also had ceviche up in the mountains, which is probably not where you're supposed to be eating it. So basically, it's raw fish that's been cut up into chunks and it's cured in either lime or lemon juice. And it's just so sour, so flavorful, and they serve it with white corn and sweet potato and onions.
So you can get it at a cevicheria, which is a restaurant specializing in the dish. You can also find it in grocery stores, and sometimes you can even find it as street food. Number 2, tiradito.
Tiradito. So this is kind of like a variation of the ceviche, and it's quite similar to sashimi. So basically, you've got raw fish again, and it's being sliced very finely, very thinly. Except that they're putting ají on it, ají amarillo, which is like this spicy yellow pepper sauce. So it is very good. Typically, we order it whenever we have ceviche. That's also like a side dish you can get.
I absolutely love this dish. I haven't had it as much as I've had ceviche, but it's one of those dishes that's really grown on me over the years. Number 3, papa a la huancaína.
Okay, so this is a potato dish, and it's a yellow potato that's sliced quite thickly actually. And then it has the huancaína sauce on top. And this is a creamy and rich yellow sauce with ají, fresh cheese.
It's so creamy and rich, I could practically just drink it on its own. I love it that
sauce?
I love that sauce. It's my favorite Peruvian sauce. So it's definitely a dish we recommend highly.
Yeah, so this dish is always served with a hard-boiled egg cut down the middle and black olives. Can't be missing those.
Number 4, ají de gallina.
Yes, so ají de gallina is made with chicken breast, and it's shredded chicken breast.
Shredded chicken breast,
And again, it's in a very rich, thick sauce with ají, of course, the one ingredient we keep mentioning.
It also often has peanuts in it as well.
Yes, and the ají de gallina can be served with boiled potatoes or with rice, or sometimes with both. And another super popular
we've actually had it with both once before. And that's it's a super popular dish. It's also something we've had a lot at your aunt's house, and your mom sometimes makes it too.
Yes,
which is great.
It's very labor intensive, I will say, but it's delicious.
It's well worth the effort, I'd say. Number 5, Juane.
Juane is a dish that we had when we were in the jungle, when we were in
Iquitos.
the Amazon. Yes. So basically, how do I even explain this? You've got like this ball of rice with chicken and olives and like all these different ingredients, and they wrap it in a massive green leaf that looks like a banana leaf, but apparently it's called bihao or something like that. And then once it's wrapped in the leaf, they tie a knot and they put it in a pot and it boils in a little bit of water. So
it's really fascinating to unwrap it because it's just like it's dominated in the green color, and then you open it up, it's like, whoa, look at what's inside.
It's like a Christmas present.
It's like a present. Yeah, exactly.
But it's really good. We had that a few times when we were in the Amazon. Very tasty.
Number 6, tacacho y cecina.
Okay, this is my personal favorite dish from the jungle. Basically, the tacacho is green plantain. They take it and they like mash it down. And then they shape it into a ball. And then the cecina, it's pork meat, but it's dried and smoked, and it can be served separately, or sometimes they take the pork meat and they put it inside that ball of plantain. It's so good.
It's so good. It's a very salty dish, and it's also a very filling dish. So if you're hungry, it's something to consider for sure. Number 7, rocoto relleno.
Yes, this is Sam's favorite dish, I would say.
I love it. And it comes from the city of Arequipa.
Yeah, we still haven't been there. We need to go eat it there.
That's the white city, I believe. And it's a dish that's just beautiful. It's so colorful. It's basically, you've got your pepper, and inside it's filled with all these different ingredients, often rice, minced meat, all kinds of different ingredients. It's just so tasty, so delicious. I love it. Number 9, lomo saltado.
Oh yes, this is another super popular dish in Peru. Yeah. Basically, it's like these strips of beef, and they are cooked in a frying pan or a wok. So this is a dish that actually has influences from Chinese cuisine. So it's like kind of Chifa influences in it. So it's cooked in the frying pan with a bit of soy sauce and tomatoes and onions and some Peruvian spices.
Yeah, it's really delicious. It's really colorful with all the peppers, and it's also really tasty. It's a combination of like salty and savory, but it's also really juicy because of the peppers. I love it.
So basically like a stir fry, and you can usually get it with French fries or you can get it with rice.
Yeah, I prefer with French fries.
Yes, me too.
Number 9, causa.
Causa. This is another dish I love so much. Yeah. I usually get it as an appetizer. So basically, it's kind of like a shepherd's pie in a way, a cold shepherd's pie. Yes. So they take yellow potato and they mash it. They make like a puree. Yep. And then in the middle, you can have different fillings. So it can be like shredded chicken with a mayo sauce, or you can get seafood. I usually get the chicken one. It has avocado in it as well.
I think the chicken one is the most common, and it's really beautiful, all the different layers.
And I didn't know this, but apparently in the like yellow potato mash, they put a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of ají, so you get some of that citric,
a little zest,
spice,
little spice and zest.
So, yeah,
I didn't know that. 10, anticuchos.
Anticuchos, yes. So we've had this a few times, and like we mentioned, this is really popular street food. Although you can also get it at restaurants now. But basically, it's the cow's heart.
On a skewer.
It's on a skewer, chopped up on a skewer, cooked over a fire with some spices. Very good.
In terms of like watching it being prepared, it is the coolest dish that you can see live. Like just the flames and wow, the way they like put sauce on and everything. Yeah. It's so cool. It's so tasty. It doesn't taste like what I think heart would taste like. It tastes like really nice tender meat.
Yeah. And you usually get that with choclo, which is corn, and some boiled potatoes.
11. Pollo a la brasa.
Yes, and if there's one place to try this, it's Pardo's Chicken. It's like a chain, a franchise. It's everywhere, almost on every single corner. Yeah. And pollo a la brasa, it's kind of like a rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken.
They prepare it so well. Like the meat is usually so tender and juicy, and the outside is like crispy. It's actually a little greasy.
A little greasy. I like the skin and the sauce the most. And it's a very filling meal. Yeah. It's like if I went for a long jog or something and I needed some protein, I would go for
pollo a la brasa.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Number 12, pastel de choclo.
Another new favorite dish for me. I feel like I've been raving about this one for a while. Basically, I'm also going to compare this one to shepherd's pie, except instead of mashed potato, you have a creamy corn paste. Yeah. So it's like 2 layers of the corn, and in the middle you have like this chopped beef with onions and garlic and raisins. It's so good.
So good. And how it differs from causa too is that it's a warm dish. It's a warm casserole. Yeah, very, very tasty. I love the raisins in it. Number 13, pisco sour.
The national drink of Peru. Yeah.
One of the best drinks in the whole world, let's be serious. I love it.
This one drinks it anytime he gets the chance.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So yeah, basically the key ingredient there is pisco, which you can buy in the town of Pisco in Peru.
It's a white grape brandy.
Yeah. And the other ingredients, let's see, we have egg whites, bitters.
Bitter. Also some lemon as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which gives it the sour taste.
Yeah.
The citrus.
So yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. It's so refreshing, especially on a hot afternoon. Have one of those in your hand with some ice cubes. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Number 14, and I have a hard time pronouncing this. Suspiro a la limeña.
There you go. You got it.
I always get rid of the la for some reason.
Suspiro a limeña. Yeah. So this is a dessert that originated in Lima. That's how it gets its name. And basically it has manjar blanco.
Oh, the dulce de leche caramel sauce.
So good.
That I can eat right from the jar with a spoon.
And he does.
And I do.
And on top of that, you have this meringue. Yeah. And the meringue has a slightly purple color. And I was always like, why is it purple? What's the mystery ingredient? It's port wine. Oh. They put port wine in the meringue. So that's why it's purple. But yeah, it's very good.
I'm learning a lot from this video.
Yeah, there you go.
15, picarones.
So this is another popular street food dish. You can usually buy it at the park. And yeah, we've had it a lot.
We've had it a lot. We actually often pick it up at Parque Kennedy, which is a park in the Miraflores area. And we usually get it after we've had a nice meal, but we're not quite satisfied with what's available for dessert. So it's really tasty.
So basically, they're kind of like these deep fried dough rings. They cook it in oil. And it can either be made with sweet potato or with pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then once it comes out from the oil, they pour a honey over it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very tasty.
And that's the best part. You got to dunk it in the honey.
Yes.
It's very, very sweet.
Dunk it.
16. Cuy.
Cuy. This is a bit of a controversial one because it's a pet, a mascot for a lot of people. But it's a very popular dish in the Sierras, like in the mountains especially. And you see it at almost every single restaurant when you go to Cusco. So it's a guinea pig.
It is a guinea pig. And we've tried it before.
Yes.
And it tastes a little bit like chicken, but it's a little tougher and a little greasier on the outside, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty tasty, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is something that has been consumed for centuries because it has low fat but high protein.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the mood for guinea pig, Cusco's a good place.
Exactly. That's your best bet to try it. 17. Alfajores.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So this is kind of like a dessert, but also a little sweet snack.
You can eat this any time of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like a cookie sandwich, except the cookies are made with cornstarch flour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of like crumbly, and in the middle it has manjar blanco, and then they put a dusting of icing sugar on top.
So good.
Yeah. And there's one really good place to buy these in Peru. It's called La Casa del Alfajor.
Yeah.
And also it's a chain that just specializes in alfajores.
Yeah, they'll make them for you and they'll also give you kits where you can make them yourself.
Yeah, you can assemble it at home. It brings like all the different parts and you just kind of like put the caramel in.
It's actually quite fun to do that.
Yeah.
18. Chicha morada.
My favorite drink.
Same here.
So this is kind of like a juice made with purple corn.
Yeah.
And I saw it being prepared at my grandma's house. And basically they boil the purple corn in water. And they also add pineapple peel. There was quince. There's
other spices sometimes.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. I've tasted cinnamon.
Cloves.
And cloves.
Cloves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It tastes really good. I think it's the most refreshing drink you can have in Peru. And it's really cool because every different place you go to, there's a slightly different recipe.
They have their own recipe.
So it always tastes a little bit different depending on where you have it.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention, once it cools down, then you can add a little bit of lime, a little bit of sugar.
Number 19, comida Nikkei.
Yes, so this isn't one particular dish, but rather a type of cuisine. So like we've mentioned in the past, Nikkei is fusion food between Japanese and Peruvian cuisine.
Yeah.
So when you go to a Nikkei restaurant, you can order a lot Japanese dishes, but you'll notice that they have Peruvian spices and Peruvian ingredients.
So a really good example of this is acevichado, which is basically sushi maki rolls. Number 20, arroz con leche y mazamorra morada.
Oh, well done. That one's a mouthful.
Tongue twister for sure. Tongue twister for sure.
Yeah, okay. So this is actually two desserts combined into one. Yes. So arroz con leche is a rice pudding.
It's your rice pudding. So it's like rice, cinnamon, raisins. And the mazamorra morada is basically the purple corn dessert. So you mix them together and it just tastes so good. It's like the ultimate mix of two different puddings. Ooh.
And again, you can buy it on the street or in parks. Popular street food dessert.
It very much is. Number 21, ocopa.
Ocopa. Okay, so this dish is super similar to papa la huancaína.
Yes, except it's green instead of yellow.
So ocopa is basically a different sauce. It's made with huacatay.
Yeah.
And it also has fresh cheese as a base and some peanuts. So it's really tasty. They also serve it on top of boiled potatoes. Yeah. And you can't be missing those black olives, that hard-boiled egg. It's always there.
Oh, it's so good. It's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
22, empanadas.
Yes. And you can find empanadas all over South America, but empanadas in Peru, have their own twist.
Yes.
So basically, with the fillings, you can get stuff like beef and chicken, fish, whatever you're craving. But you can also get them stuffed with lomo saltado, which is a Peruvian dish, and with ají de gallina, which is another Peruvian dish.
Oh, I'd love to try the ones with ají de gallina. Oh my gosh.
And another thing that's also unique about Peruvian empanadas is that they usually have a light dusting of icing sugar on the exterior, and they serve it to you with a bit of lemon or lime, so you can squeeze that, and you get some acidity and some sweetness with your filling.
They're so good, guys. You've just got to try them for sure. 23. Arroz verde con pollo.
And this is one of your favorite dishes.
Yes, it is. I love it. It's basically chicken with green rice, and it's so good. Again, it's one of those meals that you have when you're really hungry because it's usually served as a big portion.
Yes. And the secret ingredients for the green rice are cilantro and spinach. And I love cilantro, so I usually love the green rice.
Yeah, it's really good. Number 24, salchipapa.
Okay. This is a very popular street food and also kind of like a young person snack.
Oh yeah, it's total teenager food for sure.
So basically it gets its name salchipapa from salchicha and papa, which would be like hot dogs and potato or fries. So basically you get some sausage or hot dogs, they like slice it up, mix it with french fries, put some cheese, maybe an egg, and then you get different sauces like ketchup, mayo, mustard.
Ají sometimes too.
Ají, you can't be missing the ají
amarillo. It's one of those dishes where you should just put lots of sauce on it. That's how it tastes best in my opinion. And last but not least, 25, canchita.
Canchita, and this isn't actually a proper meal, it's like a snack.
It's a snack that's often served as a small appetizer before even your real appetizers and your mains come. It's like it's brought right to your table right away.
Yeah. So basically it's a toasted corn, a large corn, because corn in Peru is like massive. So they have to heat these kernels at very low heat so they don't start popping and like become popcorn. But yeah, it basically looks like corn kernels that have been toasted. They're kind of like crunchy. They're salted, and it's a nice little snack.
They're really tasty. They're kind of addictive. Like usually if it comes in a bowl and there's a lot, I always empty the bowl even before the rest of the food
and then
comes.
They have to bring seconds.
And they have to bring seconds, sometimes even thirds. That's how good they are.
And there you have it. That was basically 25 dishes to try when you come to Peru. This list is by no means complete. There are way more Peruvian dishes to try. And like just sitting here, I'm thinking, we didn't really talk about carapulcra or chifa or this or that. So yeah, if you go to Peru, there's a lot to eat. There's a lot to try. These are just some ideas to get you started.
Exactly. And we'd also like to know what are some of your favorite Peruvian foods and what are some things that you'd recommend for others to try for their first visit to Peru.
Ooh, good one. So that's it for now. We'll say farewell and we'll see you in the next video.
Ciao guys.
Bye.
Bye.